Hi there, my name is Megan Swan. I am a mindset and wellness coach. I am also a sober mom. And today I wanted to share with you 5 pieces of advice I will give you if you're struggling with some sort of addiction. My main addiction was alcohol, but this applies really to any substance that you're maybe reconsidering your relationship with. Number 1, let's redefine problem. My point here is it doesn't need to be what would be considered a real problem for you to be in a position to consider changing the behavior. I think sometimes we get caught up in how severe the problem is as to whether it's something we need to change. And I encourage you to consider, could you just maybe feel like exponentially better or shift the trajectory of your life towards the positive by reconsidering the relationship you have with said substance or addiction? It doesn't need to be in a scenario that you're sort of getting close to some sort of rock bottom. It's more about how do you want to feel and how do you want to live your life and defining your own terms. Number 2, surround yourself with like-minded people. In the beginning, I didn't shift my social group or anything like that. I didn't even seek out a social, like I didn't go to AA. I didn't have any social support around sobriety other than I listened to many, many podcasts, audiobooks. I read, there's lots of literature of other women that have gone through this. And that really shifted my perspective on what it could look like, what sober life could look like. We have all of these ideas of what that is, and hearing somebody else's story and hearing a daily inspiration of other ways to live our lives really can help us make a better decision for ourselves. Number 2, do your research. Oftentimes when we try and just shift a behavior without changing our knowledge around that behavior or that substance, it's very hard to make a consistent or a long-term change. So do your research, find out, how is this substance? Is it alcohol, tobacco, sugar, some sort of under the counter drug, processed food, overeating? There's so many things that we're addicted to: sex, shopping, Netflix. Do your research, and not from the mainstream media. Dig a little bit deeper. How is this thing affecting my overall physical, mental, emotional, spiritual wellness? How much better could my life be? And what might it look like if I decided to break up or stop consuming said substance? Number 4, just try it on. I think it's really hard, or it was going to be impossible. It's why it took me 20 years to really make the decision that I wanted to try sobriety on, if you will, because I couldn't imagine my entire rest of my life without it. So instead of saying I'm quitting forever, I just said to myself, I'm quitting for 3 months just to see how I feel. And 3 months turned into a year, and a year, now we're over 3.5 years, and I would never go back. But at the time when I was making that decision, I couldn't have made the decision if in my mind it was all or nothing. So consider trying it on, and don't make it an all or nothing game. Number 5, journal. This is an incredible tool. Maybe it sounds silly, but it is very powerful. There's something about pen to paper. Number 1, it enters on both sides of the brain, and it makes it more real when we write things down. Number 2, we build awareness about our relationship with the substance, the thing that we're addicted to, or maybe are just not even addicted to, but considering re-evaluating our relationship with. When we write things down and we get very clear what exactly, how much am I actually consuming, and when and why, and then also what is the relationship between how I'm thinking, feeling, performing, sleeping, interacting with other people, all of these things. What is the connection? When you can see those connections down on paper, you can see your own patterns. It also makes it a lot easier to come to terms with the reality and stop living in denial. And again, it doesn't have to be a very severe problem. You can take my lead that it was a life-changing decision for me to no longer consume alcohol. At the time, I didn't decide I'm not consuming it forever. I have since decided that, based on how dramatically improved my life and lifestyle and my relationships, and being the best human and mother, and now coach that I can be. So I'll leave you with that. Thank you so much for listening.